Okay, so now we're gonna go over 1-point perspective. Something a little easier than the 2-point perspective buildings, and something that my third graders should be working on. Around the halfway point of the paper, I'm gonna just do a line. It is 11.5 inches, so at around 5.5, 575, I can do a dot in the middle to join everything too. And go really light. I'm going darker just so you guys can see it, and it's gonna cause my erasing to show up a lot more. Created almost a little triangle, but no big deal. And I'm gonna freehand a lot of things, and I do a lot of that. But I repeat, use the ruler as much as you can. Even using the ruler, I messed up on this line. Ooh, no, that's actually right, cool. Every line that's going backwards in space is gonna go towards that dot. It's why it's called 1-point perspective. The point is to create a drawing which everything goes away from the viewer. And while this is a little hard to see, I'm gonna create a total of 3 lines going to this dot. Because what I'm trying to do is create a railroad. No eraser with me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use this one. So now somewhere around here, I'm gonna create a house. So I'm gonna use the ruler. This one is gonna be very light because most of this is gonna be erased, but I realize I don't have an eraser, so. Hopefully you can see that. I create a cube first. Still going back in space. I took it all the way back to the point that told me how high I could go. Connecting all the parts. I'm gonna create a triangle here. Somewhere halfway in this square is gonna be the tip of it. And it looks like that really cheesy house that kids learn to draw first. But I'm gonna take the top of it and try to bring it to that point. Here's my top, here's the point. And then slope it down. Now I can do a lot of the arrangement from the inside. On this side, I want to do some trees. To get that line of where the trees are going, I'm going to do one line below and one line for the tallest. For as high as the tallest tree is going to go. Blah. So my tallest tree is going to go approximately, messed up because I moved the dot, up here. So here's the tallest tree. And I'm just going to start very messy general shape of trees. Bring them a little bit apart. Point is to get them going back in space and look like they're getting tinier and tinier. So we got the general shape of trees. Gonna do a little stream in here. This drawing was actually inspired by something somebody showed me when I was taking this course in college. Somebody showed me something very similar to this on YouTube. And I'm just cleaning up for my students, making some mountains here just so I can have some variation. Let's do another mountain here to help frame this. Just because this type of drawing will create the sun back here. Create a little bit of cloud formation going back in space. I'm gonna add the door. I'm gonna connect the top of the door to the dot so that it's going to the same angle. Let's make a fence somewhere in front of the house. Maybe from here to here. Make that fence look like it's going towards the viewer. Very lightly, we're going to do the rod that connects all the fence. Some grass to it. Fence in there. Have the house. What else do I want to add to this? Let's erase this line from where I started the house from before. Gonna add planks of wood to the house. All of them connecting towards the point. This one. Nice wooden house. See a bunch of trees going back in space. I'll try to erase my students from the background from talking. Try to add some shadows. I don't want to go too crazy into shadows. I want my students to add a lot of shadows to this and make it stand out a little bit more. But house, give him the shadow. Now, this is just a little bit on shadow. If the sun's all the way back here, it means most of the sun's gonna hit this face of the house, meaning the shadows are gonna be mostly behind it. Alright, calling it good for now.